Hello everybody, it's 7 o'clock, it's Thursday, it's time for Content and Cocktails. My name is Tom Stanhope and I'm here to take a deep dive into all things video with you. If you are here watching and you're not in the group Grow Your Business with Video, then please feel free to come on over and join. It's free and it's round jammed full of good stuff. So we're actually going live in a few different places today, including Twitch for the first time. I'm experimenting a little bit. So we're live on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, in 4 different places. It's madness. But really, tonight is all about YouTube. We are going to be taking some time to get to grips with YouTube, to really dive deep into what you should be doing with your channel, whether you are doing it with your channel, and really just kind of take some time to consider the benefits and what it could be doing for your business. Hello, Janet. How are you doing? What a lovely start to the first comment. Hello. Yes. So really, that's it. It's content and cocktails. That's the content part. What about the cocktail? Well, I'm taking a bit of a deviation from my normal cocktail, but normally I would be drawing inspiration from good evening, Facebook user. If you go up to the top and register, I can see who you are. Hello, Mike. Fellow cocktailers, indeed. So I'm not going from Bernard this week. I'm actually going from this book. I was bought it for Christmas by Deborah and Pete and my sort of Una's brother and Una's brother's partner, and it's called the Geeky Bartender, and really it is perfect for me because it's super nerdy, really. So tonight the cocktail that I'll be mixing is from a little bit. It's from 1984. I'm doing a victory gin from 1984, so we'll see how that goes. It sounds quite nice. It says it's gin, vermouth, a dash of mirin, some fresh lemon juice, and some Angostura bitters. Hello, Jenna. How you doing? Good to see you here. Someone says my channel has 1.9k subs and is stagnant. That's really interesting. Do you know? Hello, Adam. There we go. So, is it your channel that's got 1.9k subs? I don't know, but we'll see. So yeah, so I'm going to go for a victory gin, which seems from 1984, apparently inspired by 1984. So we'll see whether that's a taste of the times, but we will mix that up. So with content and cocktails, it is not entirely about the cocktails, but it's definitely there in the mix, if you'll excuse the dreadful pun. So YouTube. So I've okay, brilliant, Adam. So that's. Do I chuck your link into the chat and we can take a look at it, because that might be quite interesting. Because 1.9k subs, that's a decent amount. I mean, have you grown that organically, or is that off the back of advertising, or what's been your approach with that? Because I know you're a Orwellian, exactly. So a dash of some measure of gin, a dash of mirin, which is interesting. Dash of mirin, some dry martini, extra dry martini, dash of that, and sort of eye that in. No idea what this will be like. It's the first time I've tried any of the cocktails from this book. A couple of dashes of Angostura bitters. Hello, Scott. And a squeeze of lemon juice. If I can cut my lemon without injuring myself, that would be a good start. So Adam says, YouTube, there we go. So if we all go, we can add a few more subs. Basically did nothing since 2014 or whenever. That's probably your issue there. If it's stagnant. Straight to room 101 for me. Hello, Karen. It's sort of, well, it's basically a sort of variant martini, isn't it? Right. Here we go. Let's see what this is like. This will either be absolutely disgusting or quite nice. Cheers. Here's to Stanley. Ooh, actually, that's really good. I like that. Hello, Pixie. How you doing? So it says, my videos get basically no views. Videos I've recorded at conferences get 25k. That's interesting, isn't it? So let me just go over to the group now. I'm just trying to work out where you are going to be, because I'll go over to your channel. So yeah, so YouTube is a funny one. Look, there are plenty of people who are who have YouTube channels which are tragically neglected. And actually, funny enough, my personal one is quite tragically neglected. I've been growing clients' YouTube channels for years, but our personal one has been really very much unloved, and really has all been about has been doing the work for other people, but not necessarily for ourselves. So in town, here we are. Yeah. So I've got your channel up here. I'm just going to open up TubeBuddy. Let's. So I think the part of the problem is going to be that you're not optimizing your video content, your sort of tags and all that kind of jazz. So show search rankings. This is really interesting, actually. What I'm going to do, Adam, is take a bit of time after this to do a little bit of poking around on your channel with the various tools I've got, and see where you can make some changes, because I think there's yeah, you're right, there's something going on. You should with the subs you've got and the content you're producing, you should be getting more views, shouldn't you, really? Because you go back, it's interesting. So some of your it's like moderation kills, Dr. Caldwell, prescription medication for a sin. So some of your content is getting far more views than others. So I think actually it's an optimization issue at the core of it, by the looks of things. And so there might be some kind of some quite easy fixes with that, which is interesting. And like you say, I mean, it could be that you're getting you've got some sort of spammy bots lurking, but who knows? It's probably worth digging into, because with a channel with, you know, it's a good channel. Because let's see, I'd be really, yeah, it's things like your about description if you've got some places where you could really improve the chances of people finding your content, because I know your content's great, Adam. You know, it's really great stuff, and more than ever, really valuable, I think. Particularly, that's interesting. So the vitamin D videos are, I imagine, will be well done, Karen. Good grief. How is that Couch to 5K going? I'm still attempting to keep going with it, but I've been my energy levels have been crazily low these last few weeks, and I couldn't tell you why, apart from the fact that I've just been struggling to get out of bed in the morning and struggling to go to sleep at night. Not particularly because I'm particularly knackered, but anyway, we're getting off the subject here. So YouTube, why bother? Well, the interesting thing is that a lot of people make the assumption that YouTube is kind of is a really hard thing for business owners to make work, and in some ways they are true. And I think this is Adam's channel is an interesting case to look at, because there's somebody with a lot of subs, really great content. Some of it connects and gets kind of a really sort of strong response, and others, you know, it's kind of not doing what it should be doing. And I think people look at that and go, I can't work out what is the secret to this, and they sort of puts them off doing it, or puts them off investing more time in it. But like with so much of this online marketing and social media and all this kind of thing, consistency is key. Making sure that you are very clear about your audience and working out what people are searching for, and working out how you can optimize your content so that it's reaching the right people at the right time. I'm going to tell you a few examples here of so we're currently working for a client who do generators. We've created some content for them. They're a commercial generator supply company, so it's quite niche. And we took their content online, and it's very simple FAQ content. There's nothing complex about it. And we took a long look at search volumes for keywords on YouTube, and noted that one of the keyword search terms was incredibly specific, but had a relatively good amount of monthly traffic. And it was the kind of keyword that you wouldn't use unless you had significant intent to buy or to take action. So we optimized their content for that keyword, that phrase, and so that when people go to YouTube, because YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet after Google. YouTube is owned by Google, majority owned by Google. So it's part of that whole ecosystem. And so we optimize the content for sort of aiming towards this keyword, this particular string of words. And we ranked number 2 for videos with that keyword almost overnight. And in one case, for one of the videos, in almost an hour and a half, which was amazing, incredible, actually. Far quicker than I was expecting. And within the next few days, they'd had specific inquiries that led to business directly, because we had targeted certain keywords, created content around those keywords, and optimized the video content to meet the need of the people searching those terms. And so when these people came across the video result, we are pretty much the only result that comes up when you put these keywords in, yet it's a strong buying intent kind of set of keywords. And people went in and they saw the video and they followed the links, and they found somebody who was willing to solve their power generation problems, which is great. So why am I talking about YouTube today? Well, in the group, Grow Your Business with Video, we are doing a short challenge. Each week there is a mini kind of task, and everyone who completes a task over the course of the week gets their name put in a hat. And at the end of the month, I will draw for a prize. It'll be like a microphone or something small, but something that is useful for you when you're creating your video content. Because I want this group to be all about doing. There's no good endlessly talking about video content creation if we're not actually doing it. And, you know, setting up a YouTube channel is a really great place to start because it's easily done. Setting up a YouTube channel is easy. And indeed, over in our paid membership, I've given a really, really detailed walkthrough. We're doing two sessions. Today was a very detailed walkthrough about, first of all, how to set up a channel, but also how to understand the kind of the various different parts of it. Because again, like so much of this kind of the digital marketing world, so, you know, a lot of these kind of systems can be very confusing if you've not really used them before, or if you kind of are a casual user and not a massive nerd like me. So just out of a show of hands, obviously, well, I know you've got one, Adam, because you've got loads of subs. Who here has got a YouTube channel, and who views it as a kind of a valuable business resource, and who views it as something which perhaps isn't necessarily pulling its weight as well as it could? Yeah, so this is really interesting because I've been supplementing vitamin D like crazy this last year, and it's kind of yeah. But I wonder if my levels are when I tested last year, my levels were fine. So yeah, who knows? Pixie says, I spend a lot of time watching YouTube. The watching is the important part there. Yes, very important. So yeah, Janet, you're absolutely right. It is very important, and it can be very important. What's really interesting, actually, and it's something I think I said this a few weeks ago. One of the things that I want to be that I said I wanted to sort of have as a lockdown 3 goal is I want to pop out the other end of it, really having got my head properly around YouTube paid advertising, and I am pretty much there. I'm about to launch my first campaign and remarketing campaign. I've been recording some videos to drive membership applications and all that kind of stuff. Now that I feel I'm through the test and measure phase. I know what I'm doing with the membership now, if that makes sense. You know, whenever you start this kind of new sides of your business up, there's always a phase where you sort of spend time understanding what works for you, what works for your audience, and most importantly of all, what works for your customers. Yes. So I'm assuming, Janet, your video content is not public, so you're sort of putting that behind the wall, as it were, of kind of making sure that people can't find it just on a random search. So it's a slightly different kettle of fish, but good. Yeah. Chuck your link up in the group so we can see it. So the micro challenge, then, the task for the week is, if you haven't got a YouTube channel, then get one set up and share it in the group. If you have got a YouTube channel, go and work through the different areas of the channel and kind of share it with us so you can optimize. I haven't quite finished yet because I'm revising it, because I've got an old kind of checklist for YouTube that's a little bit out of date, I realize. So I'm going to just tidy it up and make sure it's kind of fit for purpose, and then share it with the group. But Janet, you'll Pete's got access, obviously, to all the training in the membership. The long walkthrough I did today, but tomorrow in the membership I will be doing a longer session all about kind of the different parts that need sort of optimizing, how you do your tagging research and all that kind of stuff. Because YouTube is great. A properly optimized channel will drive business. Hello, Pete. How are you doing? I will wave to you. It will drive business. You don't have to have thousands of subs or thousands of views. If you are working out what content is going to reach the right people, and if you get the right content reaching the right people, it will convert. And it doesn't have to be crazily your content doesn't have to be so I don't remember this is exactly the problem we have. So much yeah, that's true. I must watch. Oh god, I completely forgotten about that. Yes, I will. I'll drop you a line, Adam, but I'd forgotten about the Mars rover line. I really hope it lands safely. The sort of hit rate of rovers successfully landing on Mars, I suppose they've got better in the last few years, haven't they? But yes, fingers crossed. Oh well. Yeah, cool. Well, you're not being rude at all. Go, frankly, I can't compete with the Mars rover landing. Off you go. It's far better. So Janet says, we haven't sorted out anything at the moment. It was an old channel that we used last year with videos on the phone. Looking forward to revamping and starting afresh. Our course is going great. People like our new video. That's really good because, yeah, your course looks amazing. And if I wasn't so damn busy at the moment, I would have jumped in on it in a flash. So I will be keeping my eyes peeled for when you're sort of doing something later in the year, because really that it sort of connects really very much to something I want to get back to doing again, sketching and painting, which is something I love doing. But with trying to juggle work and home life and homeschooling at the moment, my sort of ability to do anything that even looks remotely like something for just myself is crazy. This is my social life. It's crazy, isn't it? I love doing this. I've really, over the last year, really kind of really enjoyed it, and still do. Adam says, super, thank you, chat soon. Let's hope so. Yeah. Fingers crossed. That was really good. That's a really good cocktail. Obviously, I really like 1980. Funnily enough, 1984 is one of those books that I keep coming back to, and it keeps on sort of improving with age. I've always enjoyed, I think probably enjoy is the wrong word, but always found great sort of value in it as a book. Who'd have thought that, because Victory Gin, as described in 1984, is really disgusting sounding. But this is actually quite nice. So I am going to mix myself another one. Is Mike Boss here? Now is usually the time where you kind of where you can troll me about having another cocktail. They're not. This isn't quite the. Mike says, still waiting for the day you hate the cocktail you try. So years I've been waiting. It's true. I'm very easily pleased. Very, very easily pleased when it comes to drinks. We've got somebody turning up going, what is this stream about? Well, JD Smith, digital artist, it's about video marketing mostly, but I'm streaming for the first time to Twitch, but it's called Content and Cocktails, and I'm very pleased to have you here. I have been toying with the idea of doing a bit of gaming as well, but I don't think I should be talking about digital marketing, gaming and booze, frankly, all at the same time. But what is this stream about? Many people, to be fair, have asked this question. Mike says, watch out, folks. Second cocktail already. This will be a messy one. Mike, come on. I think it's a fair question to ask what this stream is about. But, you know, it's some public-facing toot, isn't it, basically? So, squeeze of lemon juice again. Where's my Angus? No, Angostura bitters. Yeah, so your YouTube channel is kind of one of those things that can be a real drive of business. And I know a lot of business people sort of shy away from YouTube because they usually how it goes is they'll have commissioned somebody to make a couple of videos. The videos will have been made, and they will have put them up onto a poorly optimized YouTube channel, and will be kind of waiting, hoping that by some miracle that people are going to turn up and buy their stuff, without realizing you have to do a whole bunch of work around the content, trying to sort of help the right people find the right content. So this is why I'm sort of, playing about with Twitch as well, because I don't know if it's valuable. Test and measure. The stream is a valuable hour of a video expert showing his expertise and advice whilst getting progressively tipsier to our merriment and betting. Is there side betting going on, Mike? I sort of hope there is. Cheers to number 2. Yeah, you see, what you've not factored in there, Mike, is the quality of the advice. Does it get better after cocktail 2, or does it get worse? Who knows? It's Scott. Scott's in the house. Sorry, I'm late. That's all right, Scott. You've missed, Scott, my first ever Twitch comment from this chap here, who's very, very great to see you, JD Smith, digital artist. I think you've probably answered my question. I'd be the port optimized version. What is this stream? Yeah, so most people kind of create content, chuck it up there, assume it's somehow going to find an audience, and kind of sorry, yeah, if you'd have known that. Well, look, the very fact you're here, I'm just really, really pleased. I've not mucked around with it before, and I have no idea if this is even something that is any good for Twitch, or I watch all kinds of nonsense there, but I've never really quite had the confidence to go live there at the same time, because I thought, well, people just wonder, what is this bald? Why is a bald bloke drinking and talking about marketing? And I think it would be a legitimately a fair question to ask. But we do cover some decent topics, I think. .6 people. Well, half measures count, don't they? Time. Bye, Pixie. Thank you so much for being here. I raise a glass to you. Yeah. So back to the topic here. If business owners kind of experiment with YouTube, they're usually doing it in a way that is not taking on board the requirements to optimize their content correctly. They are probably usually creating in small quantities and not being regular with their content. They are not spending time getting to know their audience, as in doing the upfront work, working out the kind of stuff that people are interested in kind of actually finding out about. And then the content they're putting out there is usually can be very sort of traditional in its kind of traditional video content, as in, it'll be kind of brand video content. It won't sort of play to the strengths of YouTube, which is kind of in the learning and question answering and kind of development side of things, people are not going to come to your channel and go, oh gosh, I'm really pleased I can watch a brand video about a company that sells, I don't know, I could think of any companies. People aren't going to do that. They're not going to turn up randomly onto a business channel and watch a video about your widgets. They want questions answered. And so if you can go into your channel with a mindset that says, I'm here to help, I know who my audience is, and I can deliver value to them, then you are at a point where you can start to grow it. So Scott says, I'm on the Malbec. Well, Scott, where's my book gone? There it is. I'm making a cocktail from this book tonight called The Geeky Bartender, and I'm making this. It's the Victory Gin from 1984. So it's a slightly depressing gin, but I had all the bits for it, so that's what I went for. I was going to do a White Russian, but I've done a White Russian before. No, I should do a Romulan ale. That'd be cool. I'd like that, because I do have rum and blue curacao. Oh, I could do a Romulan ale, although it's not allowed, is it? Forbidden. Is it greasy? It's not actually, but it should be, shouldn't it? I guess. What victory? Yeah. Mike says, I've done a white. Well, I have, Mike, repeatedly live on Facebook, and you were there at the time. You saw it. In fact, the video is on YouTube. Hello, Sandra. How are you doing? Rum and blue. Now that I would exactly sounds quite good, doesn't it? I think I might do a Romulan ale next week. There's a lot of drinks in here which kind of are kind of really. My son was like, I like the all the ones from Zelda. He's quite into the ones from Zelda, so I might be trying some from Zelda to sort of please him. But yeah, so back to the not at all. It's just good to have you here. You've only missed kind of missed me blethering on about YouTube. And there's literally an hour of that in the group over in the paid group today. So there's plenty more where this came from, Sandra, that you've got access to. Scott, I did a live keynote tonight. Madness. God, good. This is that is really good to hear. So it's kind of the world has changed so much. The ability to keynote from the comfort of your own home. What a wonderful thing. But Google Meet is pants. Man, the amount of headache that Google Meet causes because the school insists on using it. It's absolute crap. Along, I might add, with Google Classroom, which is the most counterintuitive learning platform ever. It's just awful. That was Sprite and Dutch gin. Good choice. Is that Geneva? I can never remember. I know that gin came over to Britain, didn't it, from England, as a result of sort of conflict during sort of 16th century, was it, or 17th? I can't remember. Anyway, so I told my son I would block YouTube if we kept on watching those nasty games. They are nasty, aren't they? Some of them, not the ones on Twitch. They're all lovely. Anyway, we massively digress. You have an opportunity. I think what I was getting to, if you cast your minds back in time, with YouTube, as business owners, you have an opportunity. go and take a look at your clients' YouTube channels. Your clients. Go and take a look at your competitors' YouTube channels. And the likelihood is that the space that you are in is not overwhelmed with competition. Speakers, very often, astonishingly, Scott is a very rare exception. Many speakers have just got terrible YouTube presence. It's crazy. Well, thank you very much. I'm pleased that you like my voice. YouTube is still for business. It's very primitive, but the advertising opportunities on YouTube are just immense. Really great. So it is a space that's being seeded by a lot of people. It's just left wide open, and because it is perceived as being complicated, it is perceived as being somewhere that is just somewhere that is not for them. So business owners just about get their heads around sort of Facebook, Instagram, possibly. But when it comes to YouTube, it's like that video place where you can go and watch gaming videos and cats and people being hit in the nuts, which you can watch all of that. And I'm not going to lie, all of those things are great. But it also presents a huge opportunity for us as business owners, because if you can take your space and, to use a dreadful word, dominate it, which is quite easy to do with I say easy, it's quite with consistent content creation. Be able to sort of get on there and really make a space, thrash out a space that's just yours, that's unique, that serves an audience well. And I think it comes back to this idea again and again, where I see people creating content that is all about the kind of, it's the wee stuff. It's business owners going on and telling other people how amazing they are instead of just answering questions. This is beyond terrible, mate. It's true. It really is true, isn't it? I think I hate to say this, I think it might be an attention span thing. Oh, hello, Fiona. How you doing? Good to have you here. I wonder if it's an attention span thing. It's a comfort zone thing. I think the truth is that YouTube is kind of requires dedication. It requires dedication, not vast quantities. It requires dedication and quite a lot of upfront effort. Now, of course, if you're a member of the membership, you get access to an amazing tool through me called Tubix. Now, Tubix is a YouTube optimization tool, and we have an amazing license that we can agency license. So we can, if you are a customer of ours, we will plug you into it. It's actually, it's worth $390 a month. So it's actually an incredibly valuable perk of membership. And the Tubix will do a lot of the hard, the heavy lifting for you. It tells you it basically gives you a list of all the things you have to do to your videos to optimize them. It helps you with keyword identification. It helps you work out which videos are going to perform well, and then it will give you all the optimization prompts, and it will just work through. And that's an interesting one, isn't it? Clubhouse. I've joined Clubhouse, and I've actually been using it to do live readings of books I like. So I've read a little bit of Epictetus on there, mostly because I like reading out loud, and nobody turns up, or if they do, they sort of poke their heads around the door and kind of bugger off. Bit of Epictetus, a little bit of H.P. Lovecraft. So books that I like. I will go on there and read. And that's what I'm using it for. I'm not using it because I particularly enjoy use it as a platform. I don't think I can face entering another room that says learn the 7-figure mindsets of millionaire entrepreneurs, or whatever, whatever variation on a theme that Clubhouse is giving. That's not helpful. You could see me twerking here. Maybe that's what people want. Maybe they want to see me twerking. Plonkers United. Yes, I think kind of the secrets. Tom Stanhope's 7-figure secrets is what you all want to hear, isn't it? Said nobody ever. So yeah, really, what all this ramble is kind of breaking down into is this: take it seriously as a platform for your business. Take it seriously for a number of reasons. One, because your competitors probably are not doing it, and if they are on there, they are probably doing it badly. Set yourself up a channel, but go in there understanding that this is a slow burn. The days of YouTube being quick win are over. You need to go in there, and you're going to grind out a victory here. Sometimes you get some quick wins if you are operating in a space where there's not a great deal of competition. For example, with the generator hire people, I was able to kind of get things really zinging for them very quickly, really super quickly, because it just wasn't a particularly kind of difficult space to be sort of operating in. But you have to view it, as Scott says, a 2 or 3 year thing. It is the absolute definition of long form content marketing, long tail content marketing rather. You're in it for the long haul, and it will pay off if you are consistent, and if you are creating the right content for the right audience. It will pay off, and I can absolutely guarantee that. But you have to do the upfront work of understanding your audience, and that takes time. So you know who your ideal customer avatar is, know who you're creating the content for, do all the keyword research you can around the kind of stuff that they are interested in. Ask your audience, ask people what they want to learn, find out from people what they want to know, then create content around it. You do not have to be pumping out huge volumes of video, but make sure that the video you are creating is one, really good quality, and it can be long form. It could be good quality long form content. We're talking 20-30 minutes. This idea that YouTube has to be short and sweet, it's just not true. If you go onto the front page of YouTube and have a look at the suggested videos it's putting forward, very often there will be long form videos. On average, people watch, I think it's something like 15% of any given video, and that's any given video. 15% across the board, whether it is 1 minute long or 10 minutes long or whatever. On average, people will watch about 15%. Now, if you've got a channel that's producing longer form content, and people, which would you rather have? People watching 15% of a 60-minute video or 15% of a 60-second video? You are going to find that the value you deliver is greater. And, short form content is great at the top of the funnel, but as people get to know you and sort of come into your ecosystem and spend time with you, you will sort of find you will find that people kind of stick around because they like you. You might not have a huge audience, but you can generally kind of find yourself kind of speaking to the same people over and over again, delivering value consistently to the people who are your ideal customers. But you've got, it's hard graft, but it is worth it. It will pay off. And so I'm in a reboot stage with my channel, because I've sort of ignored it instead of looking at clients' channels. So I've been working on clients' channels and getting results for them, but now it's time for me to turn my attention laser focused on mine, which is exciting. Good grief, 45 minutes this blether. Well done. You're all doing very well. Mike, I am eyeing up cocktail number 3. I don't know whether I should, or whether I should go for a Romulan ale. Possibly not. Might be a bad idea. I mean, it says Romulan ale. What it is actually is just a sort of a tumbler full of hard liquor, which, is never probably a sensible thing. I'm very pleased to have had one person from Twitch viewing tonight. JD Smith, digital artist, wherever you are, whoever you are, thank you for being here. You've made my night. Are there any questions around YouTube? Would you like to ask me a question about YouTube? My son, who's 7, is utterly obsessed with 2 games, in fact. One of which is called Scrap Mechanic, and the other one is called Subnautica. And the sheer algorithm bending power of his viewing habits has rendered so YouTube now just doesn't know what to do when it suggests content to me, because I now get a mix of videos about all sorts of stuff, including mostly computer games. I'm playing, I play Elite Dangerous with him because we're generally exploring the galaxy together in our shitty beat up little spaceship. What's Mike saying? What does Mike Boss say? He says, how can I stop watching Sam the Cooking Guy? I don't know. You can't. Proper food. So I'll tell you what, the shows that I love on YouTube, I really love Hot Ones, which is one of the best interview series ever. Where I don't know if you've seen it, where they get sort of celebs and whoever eating progressively hotter chili sauces with wings, and the guy who does the interviews he's a really good interviewer. Actually, he's a very sort of likable but quite incisive interviewer, and the amount of sort of honesty you get from people when they are in strong amounts of physical pain from eating very hot chili sauces is fascinating. There's a wonderful interview with Paul Rudd, and you there are some people you get a genuine sense of the person they are, and there was that. But on that, it's the channel's called First We Feast, but the burger show they do there. I love my high cuisine. I've been very fortunate that I've eaten at some really truly top class restaurants over the years. But there is a guy, oh God, I can't think of his name. Really, burger scholar. It's the a guy called George Motz. That's George Motz. Cooks these kind of traditional regional. He's a food historian, but he cooks these traditional regional American burgers, which is kind of really, it's fascinating because there's so much history and kind of heritage tied up, cultural heritage tied up with America, and it's kind of that inter and post-war golden age of kind of American kind of street food, I guess, that grew up out of the sort of the, well, I suppose the late 19th century, isn't it? But that's a great channel, and some of those burgers are amazing. I cooked a few of them, and they are very good. But yeah, that's one of my favorite channels. The food, there's all sorts of food channels, but he's also a very good presenter. The Burger Scholar guy. Any other? I'm trying to think of other channels that I absolutely love. I think it's funny. So I don't watch many business videos on YouTube, other than tutorials. So I will go and find. So I've been sort of getting my, as I said earlier, I've been teaching myself about YouTube advertising, and I'm doing that with a combination of a paid course and filling in some gaps using various YouTube courses. Scott says, yeah, yes. He's just got into Minecraft now, so I think Minecraft is now like it. That is it. Minecraft is where it's at for him. Rick Beato, absolute musical legend. Well, currently, I'll tell you what I'm listening to. I'm working my way through a series on YouTube called All of Bach. So I'm kind of during lockdown 1, and this is going to sound amazingly pretentious. I listened to the entire back catalogue of J.S. Bach because I really like Bach. And I found a YouTube channel via the Netherlands Bach Orchestra, Bach Society, kind of did an all of Bach recording, and I loved it. I've always been into early and classical music, and have kind of found. I've always felt a little bit pretentious about it, but I can't help that. It's just the things I like. One more for the road, possibly, maybe. Oh, it's 10-2. We're going to wind this up in a second. So, I'm really not a Scot. I just give a veneer of sophistication. It's not. It's really more about indulging my whims and fancies. So that's me, mostly indulging whims and fancies. So yeah, okay. So here's the challenge. Here's the challenge for the weekend. Either go and set up your YouTube channel if you haven't done it already, or take the YouTube channel you've got and optimize it. Make sure it's set up correctly. Make sure the tags are there. Make sure you've got descriptions. Make sure you've set up your default upload settings. Make sure you've got a good make sure you've got a good sort of about you page sorted. All these things feed into helping the right people find the right content at the right time, because that is ultimately what this is all about. You want to be there when the person who is potentially going to be a customer has a problem, and they go online and they find you and they get you. Banner, indeed. That's it. That's another thing. Decent banner. So I'll show you my banner. I'm quite pleased with my banner. So I'm experimenting with something at the moment, actually. I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen. So this is kind of my channel at the moment. Video Skills Made Easy. I changed the name from Video Track because it didn't particularly mean anything. So this is the banner. So I went on and I got this made on Fiverr. I think I paid $5 for it, and somebody toddled off and made me a banner. They took my Gormless mug and made something quite nice. Hit the notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. And then I am also experimenting with the idea that ugly thumbnails get more clicks. You can see, I mean, this channel is crazily neglected. The views are just so pathetic. There's a couple of videos that kind of went went sort of a bit crazy. But yeah, so I'm on this journey with you as well, because this channel has been just completely neglected. So yeah, I just farm this out. I farm out the thumbnails to Fiverr. Get a batch of 10 of them done for 15 quid. It's easy. I'd rather give it to somebody else to do, because for a kind of I don't need these things to look beautiful. I need them to look like they're things that people want to click on. So, you know, my Gormless mug and a bit of information. And weirdly, it seems to work. I've doubled the, since I've started this ugly thumbnail experiment, I have seen the click-through rate on my thumbnails double. So, you know, which I think is quite interesting. So we'll see. We're here on this journey together, so you can see me sort of moving up with this, and you know, who knows, in 6 months time I'm hoping that I'll have crossed over the 1,000 subs mark, because I'm aware that my channel's fairly niche. I'm also in quite a highly competitive space. There's a lot of people out there talking about video content creation, as you kind of expect. So it's a contested space, and I'm currently trying to research some niches, which is probably going to be around mindset and video, and getting comfortable in front of camera. So there's all sorts of things that we can do here. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. So my call to action to you is to get on the job of getting a channel set up or a channel optimized. Because if you do that and you share it in the group, share it in Grow Your Business with Video, your hat will go, your name will go into the hat. And at the end of the month, there will be a draw and somebody will win a little prize. It could be a month's membership at it could be a month of membership to the membership group, or it could be a little microphone or something like that. I have awful videos years ago there. My hairdresser closed that too. Well, look, just get a Tom Stanhope cut. All your problems are gone. All you need to do is just shave it all off and give it a quick buff. Right, guys, that's it. Coming up onto the hour. Have a lovely one, and I will see you tomorrow in this group and in the paid group as well for more deep dive material into the whole wonderful world of YouTube. And that's it. No more. I'm out. See you later. Bye-bye.